Fun game, Saturday afternoon in the pit. Crowd was awesome. Our guys fed off it, especially in the second half with some unbelievable hustle plays. We scratched and clawed for rebounds. We hadn't done that yet. And then, guys individually did some things that they haven't done. Jethro was terrific. KJ was great. Javante made some big plays. When you have a guy like House down, it's very, very difficult. So, terrific win. That is a very well-coached team. That is a veteran ball club. And I knew it'd be hard. I really did. And I'm appreciative of the fans. They were terrific. This is a tough place to play when it's rolling. So, great win. Enjoy it tonight and then move on.
KJ hadn't really gone off until today. What was different about his game today?
Hadn't played that many games here. He was ready to go. He was ready to go off the bench. We found him. He's one of those guys, when he shoots, you think it's going to go in. And so he draws a lot of attention. But I thought other guys found him. We spaced the core well. We got to continue to work on that. Made big plays. Really did. Made some big shots.
Can you give us whatever update you have so far on Jalen and the ankle?
Sprained ankle. He said to me towards the end there, if you need me, I can go back in. But he didn't look great. So we'll see tomorrow, but I'm hopeful it's just a sprain.
I know early in the season, a coach is going to have confidence in all the players and all that, but anything to be said for seeing them?
Who said that? Yeah, when you have a guy like House, he's playing 30-plus minutes, he's averaging 20-plus points, and then he goes down, other guys got to step up. We're so obsessed with starting lineup. Everybody's got to be ready. There's foul trouble, there's injuries, and I thought those, Taryn, obviously, KJ, Mash was solid, Jethro was terrific, obviously, but that's part of the game, and that's why everybody's ready at all times for whatever's thrown your way.
You said it twice now, and Jamal said the same thing. Jethro was terrific, and his final numbers, 18 and 10, are 3 block shots, 3 steals. It's a great stat line, but there was a stretch in the middle of the second half where their bigs probably had 3 out of about 5 possessions where they kind of had their way with him, and his emotions didn't get out of control. Yeah. Was that a good sign for you? And you tell me anything?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. He's a really good kid, but he hasn't had a lot of game experience. And earlier in the season, obviously, he was responding poorly when it wasn't going his way. I keep telling them over and over again, whatever you think this game will go, the way you think it's going to go, will not go the way you think it's going to go. And that's fine. Everything is about respond. We keep talking about it over and over again. We did not respond well versus Colorado. We responded well versus Grambling in the second half. We responded. They're going to make tough shots. That is a good team. They're going to go one-on-one and make a tough play. Move on. Make the next right play. That was great growth for Jethro.
Coach, 12 turnovers for the game, but about half of those were in the last 5-6 minutes of the first half. What was going on then, and what changed in the second half?
That 1-3-1 bothered us a little bit. We had worked on it. We got to do a better job there preparing those guys. We didn't attack it well enough. And then we settled in the second half. We shouldn't be a high turnover team. Still need to pass the ball more. We got to get better there. But we've got some good guards, I think, that can value it. So, when we don't turn it over, I think we're pretty tough to guard offensively.
You mentioned your concern about the guys knowing how to win after the Colorado game. Grambling State, final 8.5, pretty solid, and then you had a game that was basically, in doubt till the final seconds. Did you see some growth in that area?
Absolutely. Great environment. I believe that Montana State will be top 2 or 3 in their league. They'll be right there. They've got 6-year seniors. They've got 5th-year seniors. So we had to figure it out. I thought press offense-wise, we were composed. Getting those jump balls and those loose balls, we finished possessions. That's what it needs to look like. Our defense isn't great, but it's better than the numbers have shown, and all of that is due to rebounding. Came back up +1 in the rebounding column, which was terrific. But yeah, there was a great response and a great understanding of we don't know what the next game will take. We don't know if House is going to go down. We don't know if somebody's going to be fouled. Everybody be ready. You had 18 today. You may not have any tomorrow. How do you impact the game?
And speaking about Jethro, it almost looked like you ran a play for him there. It was a key possession, and he got it on the low block and looked very, very comfortable. He's got his base. He's not, he's very stable, and that was a big basket. Talk about where you're trying to get. You need that kind of production out of the post, because won't it help some of the perimeter guys?
Yeah, I mean, we ran a play to throw it in because they were trapping our ball screens a little bit, and I wanted to get it out of the guard's hands. Their big was in foul trouble. I love what Jethro did. He caught, he was composed, our spacing was good, and he made a good move. Jethro, the sky is the limit for him if he'll lock in and listen to what we're talking about. And just continue to every single day get better in practice, get better with his habits. He's a great talent. He's a terrific talent. I recruited him hard at Minnesota, obviously not well. When he hit that portal, I called him. The assistants didn't call him because I believe in him, and I love the growth that he's showing.
Have you ever been more happy with the +1 rebound margin?
Well, I told them we ran 6 sprints, 22s we like to call them, last game after because we were -6, and I said it's very simple. If you keep doing this, we're just going to keep running. It's just embarrassing. So yes, I mean that's why we won the game. I truly believe it. It's not a play we ran. It's not a pick and roll coverage. None of that. It's because we finally rebounded the ball.
Coaching staff owes him one now?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to do it. We'll do a lot for a win and for out-rebounding.
You touched a bit on it at the beginning, talking about the crowd, but preseason you continually talked about that in order for you to win, the pit has to be full. How does an engaged, a loud crowd help your team in a win today, and how does a 3-0 start kind of build your momentum within the community?
Well, let's not forget we are in the middle of a pandemic, and there's a lot of people who are very cautious. This state has not had a lot of indoor events, so we're really the first. So we can't gloss over that. Now, we didn't have a great year last year, obviously. We got a lot of new players, and we need to rebuild this thing. But I've said it from day one. You get 9,000 fans in the middle of there's not a lot of Power 5 teams that get that. So embrace the fact that we're getting great crowds. They're getting better and better. Embrace the fact, fans, that we appreciate you. I know these guys love playing in this building. And let's keep building it. I mean, we want to turn this place into a Lobo town this winter. We really do. And we think we can do it. We're not going to be perfect, but they'll play hard for you. And we're very, very appreciative of anyone that comes to our games.
You've talked about attitude and how the starting lineup shouldn't really matter as much. Forsling, after the game, he had a great attitude. He was cheering on his teammates. He was high-fiving everyone. What can you say about him, even though he might not get as much playing time? But
phenomenal attitude. Not everybody's running the same race right now. I think he's going to be a great player. It's going to take some time with him. But if he continues to have that attitude, continues to work hard every single day, he's going to do some special things. Bigs take time to develop. We've all seen it. But I love his attitude. I love the freshman's attitude. Barima's attitude's terrific. That's what a team is all about. We're going to have some long nights where we need that energy and that enthusiasm, that attitude. So Sebastian's been terrific.
Talking a little bit about players like Barima, like your other bigs that are young, that are coming up to Division I basketball. What's the first thing you have to develop with them to get comfortable down on the block, rebounding the ball? Is it their strength?
Strength is a lot to do with it. None of our guys, maybe a couple, are strong enough right now because they're so young. That's all part of building a program. We're lean. We're not the strongest team. We got to be scrappy right now. The offseason will be huge. Nutritionally, in the weight room, all those things. We got a terrific strength coach. But, you're getting them at a young age. Their bodies develop. They get stronger. They get bigger. So strength would be the number one thing. And then probably two would be your habits on a daily basis. And most of the young guys got pretty good habits.
Why the suits?
Honestly, I wanted to walk down the pit tunnel dressed appropriately one time. Do I want to do it all the time? No. But I get chills when I walk down there. I don't want to look down at my Nikes all the time. I want to be dressed appropriately. Do I want to do it all the time? I don't. Maybe a Saturday game every now and then. I just ordered my red blazer. I got to get that bad boy ready as well. But I don't know. I mean, I felt a little bit more like I normally do, 9 years of being a head coach, and my assistants are probably mad at me. But you know what? You got the win. So we'll dabble in and out of it. I don't know if we'll do it much on the road because it's just easier with travel. But it felt good walking down that pit floor, dressed nice for a change.